What's up? Today we're creating a simple rendering of a smartwatch type of thing, putting an overlay on it and making some, cool choices for that. All right, let's get started. So I have this sketch of a smartwatch I made uh, on paper before, and we're just gonna render it today. So let's get the selection tools out. And what we can do is select the different materials of this. So we're going to have some glass on the top, and then we're going to have metal and some rubber or something for the band. So let's select the part which is going to be metal first. So here's the part which is going to be metal, and I'll just name it metal here as well. And we can paint over it in maybe a cool or warm gray color, sort of. Some warm gray for that. And we will put it behind the background and put the background as multiply. Or sorry, not the metal as multiply, the background we will put as multiply. There we go. So now we have the metal blocked in. We can make another layer, which is glass. And we can block out the parts which are glass. Let's choose some dark color there. And just block that. There we go. The glass, and then we can just mark out all the areas first. There we go, and now we've got it color filled in the watch. So now what I'll do is go online and I'll find a face for smartwatch that I find good. Yes, I found this from like the Apple Watch. Boom. And oh my god. Alright, let's take this image into Photopea actually to edit it. So now we're here in Photopea and we can successfully match this watch face to the watch. We just need the correct perspective and just need to download the watch face, and that's it. Let's go to distort instead so that we can make the perspective around what we think is approximately right for this. And what we want is basically the inside of it. So if this looks good, I think that looks fine. You can just delete the background there, and we'll make a marking with the pen tool around this. All the areas we don't want to take in. So we just want the black part here, as we can put it in through a blend mode and make sure that it blends nicely in with our sketch. And there we go. So we go to paths and delete everything which is not in that path. And now we can just download this as a PNG. Just like that. And then we can just hop back into Krita. Yes, and now we can just bring that into Krita. And there we go. Now we have it overlaid on the watch, so it looks correct, sort of, in a way. And now we just need to blend it. So now we're using the blend mode screen on this, just making sure all the dark parts are gone from it. So now you can see it really blends into the color of our background. But that way, now we blended this in, what we can do is really be adding some effects soon on this, like some reflection and so, and that will really sell the effect of it being glass on top. So what we really want is our lighting to be coming from this direction here. And that way we can make a nice glare and we'll sort of follow the light as well there. We're just selecting part of the screen there. For which the glare is going to be applicable for. And and just selecting all the parts which is just the screen of the watch. I can actually go into blend mode screen if you want. It's just a white color for the reflection. Really good though, just a slight touch of yellow in there. And then we take a really large airbrush here and we just swipe over here in a really light fashion. Boom. That's how we get the reflection. It's that easy. We actually want a nice gradient on the other side of the screen, perhaps. Yeah, let's select that part, and on that part in the same place we make just the top of the screen a bit lighter. And this way we're really selling the effect that it's a piece of glass on top of that, which is creating that nice sharp edge, which is because glass is very smooth and shiny, so when it creates the reflections they're very sharp, and that way you know that it's a glass material we're working with here. In the same way, the less glossy a material is, the more diffuse the light will be. So the light will not be as sharp of a line like that, but it will be spread out a bit more. Let's put the... So what can happen is it can, maybe in points that curve like this, it can get really crispy and the line can just be quite sharp. And then perhaps the rest of it can be a bit darker and we'll get a bigger airbrush there going towards it, and then perhaps getting a bit lighter towards the top of the watch as well. Yeah, the border needs to be much more shiny over here, actually in here, and we'll just make that white. And yeah, that looks a bit more metallic in some ways. Shiny by adding some highlights to it. And we can have just a nice line across here. Yeah, that seems good. Now we're gonna finally add some texture to the wristband of this strap. So it's pretty simple to do in Krita here. I just have the strap on the bottom layer, and then I'm adding a paint layer on top of that. From here we will choose some sort of nice texture that we can add on. We want some texture on the strap to make it a bit more cloth-like. Some nice, maybe that's a good texture. And we can actually fill the whole background with this texture by using fill with pattern there. And now it fills the whole background with the pattern. Now we just want to limit this pattern to the straps, and we can actually toggle the alpha here so that it only is on the straps. And this works when the strap is the bottom layer and then the paint layer is above it, so only the selected area gets affected. And maybe we can use a different blend mode like a screen or perhaps a soft light. Yeah, I think that looks good. It gives it much more of a fabric-like appearance when, yeah, looking from afar. Of course, it's incorrect when you're actually up close to it, but looking from afar, I think it looks fine. And yeah, I feel like this is a good place to maybe uh, end the video. So yeah, like and subscribe, I guess, if you like the video. And I'll keep on posting new rendering videos here, or maybe sketching. Let's see what we do next. And put a comment if you want to see some specific technique or some specific object being drawn. And until then, see you next time. Have a nice day. Goodbye.